We're in the middle of a crisis on our southern border. The unprecedented surge of illegal migrants from Central America is harming both Mexico and the United States, and I believe the steps we will take, starting right now, will improve the safety in both of our countries. Going to be very, very good for Mexico. A nation without borders is not a nation. Beginning today, the United States of America gets back control of its borders, gets back its borders. Thank you.
People from all over the world are migrating to the United States for multiple reasons. One of the challenges the United States is facing is that the system seems to be unjust, is not being adjusted with today's problems. Our problems are not those the same as they were 10, 15, or even 25 years ago. We face new and existing issues. The greatest issues immigrants are facing is time process, detention centers, and refugees entering the United States.
Our immigration system needs to be adjusted with today's problems. We note that not all issues are new, but have been around since people first started coming here. I have always had a view on our policies as being unjust from the time I understood I was not born in the United States.
As I was saying, a lot of people don't understand that I was not born in the United States. It all started off when I was about 9 years old and my family's next door neighbor asked me to go out of the country with them. Originally, the trip was scheduled for the Bahamas, and I was 9 years old and I didn't understand the concept of no. My mother would tell me I couldn't go, and she really wouldn't give me a reason why. It was always like, oh no, it's not safe, or no, we don't have the money for it, or no, like we can't do this. So one day, like I asked her, like, hey, why can I not go with my neighbors on vacation? And she started blaming herself. She's like, I'm sorry, it's my fault. Like, you shouldn't have to have like the repercussions because of me. That day she told me, she's like, hey, like you weren't born in the United States, you're not a citizen or you're not a resident. That kind of really affected me because it kind of resigned with like how people viewed me differently. She told me I wouldn't have the same benefits as like my brothers and cousins and sisters. And, it resonated with me a little differently because I felt a little bit different. I think that's one of our issues, because if we are able to take care of the problems we have in our country, I definitely would not be viewed differently than I am. After learning I did not have legal status in the country, I went online and looked at multiple ways to gain legal status. And at the time, President Obama had come up with DACA, which is Deferred Action Childhood Arrival Plan. And once I was 15, I applied, or I went through the process of becoming, having a legal status in this country. Evidently, it turned out to change. I think President Trump actually stopped DACA. That's going to affect not only me, but 800,000 other people just like me. DACA has helped me get my driver's license. It's helped me, open up a business that I've helped, create from the floor up. I've also, gone to community college.
Not only is DACA in jeopardy, but also the treatment of children at the border. Essentially, we have a problem where children are being held in detention centers and being separated from their family. The problem with the children is that there is no spot to place them, whether it be a group home or foster care. The United States needs to seek reform together so we could come up with a resolution to our issue with children at their border. It is super inhumane, especially that as many as 300 kids are held in a cell without any adult supervision. I couldn't imagine myself being taken from my mom at such a young age and being put into somewhere I do not recall. Our last issue is asylum-seeking participants. We are a country, most seem to be safe, and if they are asking for asylum, we must review applicants in our country, for they must fear their life.
I understood my stance on immigration during my earlier years in life. My mother imposed a belief in my mind and has stayed me throughout the years. I tend to make decisions in my everyday life due to my social beliefs on my immigration policy. We need to rectify the system that won't impose a threat to me being exiled from the country due to the process of applicants, fearing detention centers, and asylum seekers.